Hello again. Welcome back to the Gauntlet of Greatness. This time around, I've got a Rebel deck loaded up. This is the other match in Group A. So Academy, Psychotog, Affinity, and Rebels is this group. And the Rebels deck that I'm using is one that Kai Budde used to win the Pro Tour with. Still remember the sideboard cover with Götterdämmerung, German version of Armageddon. This Rebel deck was quite good at the time. One of these searchers, Remosian Sergeant is usually the one that gets it started. 3 mana and tap to go get another Rebel permanent, while you can spit out these little Steadfast Guards to beat your opponent down, or you can get the Defiant Falcon, who can get the 3-drop Rebels, like these little Basilisk-looking guys, or Lin Civi is probably the signature card. This card was actually good enough to get banned and block constructed. And, these creatures aren't huge exactly by modern standards, but the fact that any one of them can go get all the rest made this deck a real force. And Parallax Wave is also just, when your opponent is trying to either attack or block with creatures, this is just trump for creature-on-creature matchups. So, may not look like the best deck in the history of the world by modern standards, but it was definitely quite dominant in standard, sort of right around Mercadian Masks into Invasion era. This is right after Invasion came out, where this deck list comes from. You've got the green splash just for the wax half of Waxwane. Destroying enchantments was particularly important because not only was there Parallax Wave, but this was also the standard where there was Fires of Yavimaya and Sacriline Burst running around. So we'll see how it lines up. I will challenge. Format has to be freeform. This one's actually completely legal in Legacy. You could just take this to a Legacy event right now if you wanted to. Rebels versus Gauntlet of Greatness. Great. So I'm going to be playing against Affinity, which quite a good deck. If the fact that Affinity only got a 2 seed, I'm not convinced I even did the seedings right. I have it as I had it as the 5th best deck in the field, and there were only 4 1 seeds. So this group gets Affinity as the 2 seed. So it's going to be a fight, but we'll see. It's a beatdown curve, right? I've got 2-drop, 3-drop, Parallax Wave. I don't think I can mulligan. I'll tell you something about how good the creatures were back in the day. I'm playing Longbow Archers, even though he's not a rebel. Just 2/2 first strike reach for 2. That was as good as you could get. Pretty well. So, wall, Chromatic Sphere, sure. That's it? Oh. This is Skull Clamp era Affinity. So he's got sauce. R2 with the exception. Almost played on Skull Clamp got banned, and then Cranial Plating got printed just right on the back of it. So it's slotted right into the same slot in the deck. Yeah, Frogmite is free. Affinity for artifacts and 4 artifacts. Free 2/2s for you. And then the fact that the Ravager can just eat everything. I can't attack with this Longbow Archer. Basically going to have to build up a board and hope that I can get him with Parallax Wave. Clear a path. So Chimeric Idol just seems like it uses my mana way better than Longbow Archer. It's tempting to try to get 4 power with the First Strikers in play, but Ravager can plow through that if it needs to, so I'll do it this way. If I can get him to sack a bunch of artifacts, either to make the Ravager big or the again play my Parallax Wave. Oh god. Pull the Vault. Yeah. Thoughtcast, yeah, I remember this. Draws 2 cards for 1 mana. Free Frogmite. I need to draw a land right now and get Parallax Wave down in order to clear some of this up. Because he can already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can already eat 6 artifacts, which means Disciple of Vault would hit me for 6. And the Ravager would go to 7/7. So we are already at the doing math portion of the festivities. I mean, he should attack me. If he attacks me with Frogmite, though, I will happily block it. See if he's interested in putting counters on top of it. If he wants to stack a Ravager to make a giant Frogmite, that plays right into my Parallax Wave plan. I am totally willing to sacrifice a creature to do that. Yeah, he's got to... I mean, on the Frogmite, he's going to have to sack the Ravager to itself. Which, yeah, looks like that's what he's going to do. Oh, wow. He just sacrifices the Ravager to itself, so... I only have... He's going to have another Ravager, isn't he? That's what's probably going on. Maybe I should have also blocked with Chimeric Idol, so he has to eat his lands. Alright, well, we got Ravager off the table. It's not a land. We were supposed to be a land, so I could play Parallax Wave. Hope we're not Lynn City. I can actually attack him with Chimeric Idol here, can't I? Sure. Why not? Ah, take 3. Turtle time. I did not know this had a creature type turtle now. I don't think it was printed as a turtle, but it is clearly a turtle. Alright. Replacement Ravager? Or what? Skull. Mine disciple. So ridiculous. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, so he can just kill his own creatures to draw cards. Oh, he's gonna turn Frogmite into a 3/1. Okay, I can block Civvy. Is that Shrapnel Blast? It is Shrapnel Blast. Down goes Lincivy. Sacrifices the Great Furnace. Maybe he could have sacrificed Frogmite and drawn 2 cards. This does clear a path for, what, 7 power worth of attackers? I mean, I'm still in this game if I can play Parallax Waves. But I basically need to play it now. That Thermal Glider is does not tap for mana. Blah. Protection from red is, I guess I just... It's the Longbow Archer or Chimeric Idol or Thermal Glider. First Strike seems relevant if he's on blanks. I actually think he's on blanks, but we'll see. Yeah, I had to leave Chimeric Idol on defense. I feel like I'll trade it for this 3/3 Frogmite if I have to. Watching this deck in Modern nowadays, you forget how just absolutely absurd those artifact lands are in this deck. Just the fact that you get your creatures are literally free. Your Thoughtcasts are always 1 mana. Magnetic Sphere. Take one. Disciple of Volt, also kind of ridiculous. This deck. That's what the tournament's all about, though, right? Dust off the old favorites. I mean, this deck seems crazy, but I don't like his chances against Academy, do you? Yeah, here's Blinkmoth Nexus. Is he going to not notice Reach? Attack into my Longbow? No, he's just going to draw 2 cards. That's what I thought was going on. Yeah, I take 1, you draw 2. Not like Parallax Wave would have gotten the Skull Clamp anyway. Sure, Frogmite's a 3-1 again. He's going to attack the Disciple into me. I was trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to block the 3-1 with the Skull Clamp on it. And I concluded, maybe, probably. But I will happily put Longbow in front of Disciple. Yeah, we can kill the Disciple. We can trade with this Frogmite. And take 3. Which means, again, I feel like land for Parallax Wave, and I'm actually in the game. He's got 4 cards in his hand, but so do I. So what Parallax Wave does, it comes into play with 5 fading counters on it. You can remove a fading counter to exile a creature, and then every turn it fades. So eventually, when the enchantment fades away, they get all their creatures back. But in terms of short term, you can buy yourself quite a few turns where they just have nothing. It basically turns off Skull Clamp until he gets all his creatures back. Does he even want to go to the bother of activating the Blinkmoth? Oh, right, he has priority, so he does get to... He gets to be the first person to respond. Oh, but then I can respond to the Skull Clamp activation, which I'm going to do. And so he basically spent 2 mana to force me to exile his Blinkmoth. And he gets no benefit. Sure. It fades. I guess I can Sky Marshal here? Yeah, it uses my mana more efficiently. Is his Rebel deck actually got a shot here? Go, Gadget Rebel deck! Okay. I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? No, I have to... I think I still have to... I just have to try to get too far ahead. So that by the time he gets his creatures back, he's got nothing going on. He's down to 2 cards in hand. Land here lets me play 2 creatures. That'd be alright. Yeah, fading down to 0. Oh, 2 creatures. Awesome. Hit you for 5. Down to 8. He is unfortunately going to get all his creatures back. Oh, first strike. That. But none of his Blink Moth Nexus flies. Well, I have done what I can do. I've got him at 8. I've got 9 power in play. I mean, Parallax Wave off the top actually wins me the game, which is kind of cool. He's not going to get to Skull Clamp any of his guys, so I can just attack into them. Blink Moth does fly, but what are you going to do? I'm going to get through with a creature, and everything just is a trade. Come on, Rebel deck. That's a trade I can live with. Wow. He's going to take 7 down to 1. He just wants to crack back. Oh, if he's got Shrapnel Blast, he can fly over for 1 with Blink Moth, and then Shrapnel Blast me. Was I supposed to play around that? Could not attack with a Longbow Archer? Seriously? I'm going to lose to Shrapnel Blast? After all this? Oh, the little Rebel deck that could! I'm going to lose to Shrapnel Blast. That's so sad. Damn. Ah. If I had left the archers untapped, he'd be at 3. I mean, I felt like applying pressure there made a lot of sense. Crazy. Close! Super, super close! Reptic's got some game. Alright, also got a Seal of Cleansing. And Lightbringer can get rid of the stupid Disciple. I mean, I think I just need the ability to kill creatures, and lots of creatures. So, I mean, Megiddo the Lion is the Wrath of God Spellshaper. It's potentially good. God itself as well. I don't think Armageddon's right, because my deck is the mana-intensive one. What am I taking out? I mean, I think these little beatdown dorks are just not the way the game is played. And it seems like I'm going to need to sweep away everything that he's up to, and then drop a Searcher. And I think Makita is bad. Oh, these don't do anything. Yeah, so I can actually bring in all the Wrath effects. Sure. Let's see how this works. What do we got? Schadenport, Lincivi. 3 Lincivis is a little awkward. No second white mana is a little awkward. Am I gonna mulligan 3-land 4 spells? I mean, he seems to like to kill my Lincivis. And that Wrath card's pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna mulligan 3 land, 4 spells. I mean, I think this is the way the game has to go for it to work out for me. Right? I need to let him kind of commit a bunch of permanents to the board, and then I wipe them out. And then recover with a Searcher. Wait, oh, there we go. Skull Clamp. I guess I should be happy my report prevented him from drawing something. Is that actually true? I think we need to blow up Skull Clamp. Pretty good draw, actually. Obviously, the second mana would come in handy, but I haven't run out of stuff to do yet. I don't regret it yet. Now, yeah, Disciple. Now my Wrath is a 2 for 1. Wrath Retriever. Oh, Mirror Retriever. That's going to get awkward. If he finds a second Mirror Retriever, then every time I kill one, he can get the other one back from the graveyard. That is pretty good tech. If he has a second Mirror Retriever. First one, not that big a deal by itself. I just take my 3 for 1. He's not going to give me more than that, is he? Because he's also, what is he hitting? He's hitting me for 3? That's no big deal. I think I just take a turn to play Chimeric Idol, which of course lives through Wrath of God. Since it's only a creature when I want it to be. See if he wants to give me a 4th creature. He does? Sweet. Well, barring some ridiculous Ravager kill, I should be okay. Retriever and Worker hit me for 1. No problem. I'm not risking my Chimeric Idol in combat. Maybe I was supposed to block with it. I don't know. Felt like he was up to something. Not even sure what it was. Don't care. 4 creatures, definitely enough. I think he's got Shrapnel Blast with my read. If I activate Chimeric Idol, he uses his Shrapnel Blast. Now he's trying to figure out whether to Shrapnel Blast my face, probably. I take 3 from Disciple of the Vault here, but Disciple of the Vault's gone, so that's good. Mirror Retriever. What does it do by itself? Target artifact card. Yeah, so he gets the Enforcer back. And I just misclicked through my combat phase. I was supposed to attack him with Chimeric Idol. Oops. Well, I can't attack through Mirror Enforcer. I can put out a Defiant Vanguard to trade with it. probably the best line. I think that's better than playing a Lindsay. I'm positive it's better, but I'm at 12. I got burned out by Shrapnel Blast last game. So I think I kind of need to block here. He can't attack. Alright. This is a searcher. I could spend 5 to go get something, but it's not really his job. Let me get her into play. Overpaid. Funny. Seems like she should cost 4. Maybe not. Do I tap his blue mana or do I tap his Blink Moth? I want the game to go longer. This Rebel deck seems like it's in it again. I don't know, it's got a little more resiliency than it looks like. Happy to make this trade. Oh. Triggered on the stack, Shrapnel Blast. He's going for the Lindsay's. Perfect. He did that in the first game, which is part of the reason I thought that having 3 was not a catastrophe. He's going to make it a priority to kill them. Interesting. I think I just kill Ravager. It's funny. I'm kind of tempted to attack into it and see if he'll sack his lands to trade with Chimeric Idol. But it doesn't actually work because Chimeric Idol's ability requires me to tap all my lands to turn him into a turtle, which then means I don't have any mana untapped for the Wrath of God. Plus, if he doesn't block, then I'd be wrathing away my turtle. More Mirror Enforcers. There's only 1 card in his hand, though. So I think I have time for Lindsay to do stuff. Panda Sergeant? I think it's worth taking a pain to get the Sergeant started as well. So, fetching 2 things per turn. Sure. He clearly doesn't have anything to do with his blue mana, so I will work on tapping the Blink Moth down. I think what I'm going to do here is double block. Since Lindsay's a legend, I can't play the one in my hand unless this one dies. He'll probably kill Lindsay. But either way, I don't want to take 4. And if I trade my Lindsay for a Mirror Enforcer, it's totally a good thing. The mana even works out. It's going to kill the idol. I figured me out. That's fine. Mana even works out that I can search for 3 with Remosian Sergeant and still have 3 mana left over to activate, to summon a Linsivy. But this version works too. Parallax Wave is kind of fun. I guess I don't have any reason to play it now, though. I'd rather spend my mana searching. I wonder what the most efficient stuff to search for is. I can use Linsivy to get 3/3 flyers for 5. Usually costs X. Most of the others, you end up paying 2 more than the CMC of the card that you're getting. But she is more efficient than that. Alright, so I can either get 2 3s or I can get a 5. Or sorry, I can get a 3 and a 2, or I can get a 5. 3 and a 2 would be the Basilisk guy and the Falcon. I'm just going to get a 5/5. Where is he? Sky Marshal. Seems like he hits the hardest. Port and attack with Sky Marshal. And get another Sky Marshal, I mean. This is not like he can attack into me when I have Linsivy and untap mana. Okay, still have 5. So I can get a Sky Marshal. I can also get a 2. Ravager, huh? Sounds like Parallax Wave time. Once again, I feel like I got a shot with this Rebel deck. X5. Yep. Lands seem great. Probably just removing the Ravager. I'm not going to clear a path and attack with anything else, right? I could probably attack first, but it seems safer to just have this. We did it! The Rebels! Love it. Take that, Affinity Menace. That's awesome. Well, we get a game. Can we get the match? This would be an upset. Rebels over Affinity would be quite the upset. Let's see if we can do it. Gotta break Surf to do it. But maybe. Totally keep her. I get to curve Seal into Linsivy or Idle into Parallax Wave. He's thinking about a mulligan. I'm keeping. Sure, sure. Skull Clamp. Ooh, Sergeant. I feel like this guy, at the time he was printed, may have been the best 1-drop in the history of the game. So good. Is he going to just draw 2? Let's get his Frogmite. Alright. Skull Clamping. Second Nexus. So I can start searching with Sergeant. I can play Lincivy. I can play Chimeric Idol. I guess having a Chimeric Idol in play is actually decent versus his board. Lincivy's not terrible. Oh, Ravager. So what? I use a seal on that guy? Yeah. I can trade. This doesn't feel too awful. Since I have the Lincivy. Yeah, I'm going to trade for Worker. See if I can take some of the stress off of my Parallax Wave by giving me fewer creatures that I have to deal with. I'm not positive that's right, but it feels okay. Great, so I've got Parallax Wave mana next turn. Means I'm not going to be playing Lincivy, which means I'm not going to have the mana to activate Lincivy next turn, so I may as well get a bigger blocker into play. I don't think I would trade this for Frogmite, but I could trade it for Ravager. Yeah, I think I would block Ravager. If he wants to eat 2 artifacts and trade, I'm okay with that. Doesn't have that many artifacts. And like just getting him to use the Ravager makes my Parallax Wave that much better. But I don't think trading for Frogmite is right. Attack! This weird situation where I don't actually care about the 1/1 Ravager all that much. I don't think. I don't have to. Oh, God, Skull Clamp. Sure, Skull Clamp. Man, I even have the Seal of Cleansing for it. Creatures am I going to have to... If he doesn't spend his mana going for it, then I'm okay with that. Alright, I pretty clearly want the Frogmite. Do I just take 2 so that I can keep things away much longer? I'm going to have to do this Ravager eventually. We'll do it this way. Cleansing blows up Skull Clamp. Lincivy comes down. And Chimeric Idol attacks. He's down to 2 cards in his hand. Is this Parallax Wave going to buy me enough time? I have to do all my searching because of the Chimeric Idol. The fact that I'm going to be beating down with Chimeric Idol, I have to do my searching pre-combat, but I can do that. Where's the big guy? Blind, there he is. Retriever. It's a lot of blockers on the ground. Parallax Wave is running out! Charge! You should chump block the idol, I think. Yeah, Retriever, he can get back. Really get any artifact. Any artifact can get a Skull Clamp. That's annoying. Yeah, he does get the Skull Clamp. What am I supposed to do? Now I get 6 power worth of flyers. I gotta give him his team back. But I have an active Lin Civi. And 6 power worth of flyers. And 2 ports to tap his blockers. None of those fly. Probably should have tapped Nexus on his upkeep. Yeah, I should have tapped Nexuses on his upkeep. Turned my stop off because I'm worried about time. Man, Mirror Forcer doesn't do anything. Like, he needs to Disciple the Vault kill me. He's got 1 card in his hand. It's a Skull Clamp. I can tap his 2 Blink Moth Nexuses and fly over for the win. So he needs to kill me now. So he has to start, like, Skull Clamping things. Wow, Rashad and Port's ability to tap Blink Moth Nexus has been quite good in this match. And Parallax Wave is as good as I remembered it. It might even be better than I remembered it. That card does some work. Okay, you have a Blink Moth Nexus. I'm not letting you attack with it, don't worry. No Ravager shenanigans for you. Oh, he gets through an unblocked creature? So Lin Civi can search for a 1, which is better than blocking with her, I suppose. Does he have enough artifacts to kill me here? It's not like there's anything I could do about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think he's short. Seven, 8, 9. It gets to 10. What a crazy game. Affinity almost killed me out of nowhere. But it doesn't. Wow. The upset! The Rebels! The 4 seeds! And we do belong in this tournament. Kai Buddha would be proud. Cool. I mean, Affinity's got some work to do now if it's going to make it to the playoffs. Top 2 decks from the group advance, and right now, that's the Academy deck and the Rebels deck. Cool set of games. All right, we will see you guys next time. Hope you're enjoying the Gauntlet of Greatness. Tune in next week for more.